Hello! So the last soap I made was the Oatmeal Odyssey. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out. Just click the link above. This is my first hot process soap. I did well with it, no volcanoes, but I did manage to ruin a whisk. I know hot process should turn out more rustic, but I just wasn't happy with the appearance. I thought I could do better. So I decided to do my first rebatch. Less than 30 minutes after cutting the soap into bars, I started to rebatch it. My first problem was how to chop up this Odyssey, so as many soapers will do, I raided my kitchen. I didn't want to use my food processor, but I did find this potato slicer. I have used all of 2 times. I think it worked out pretty well. I started off slicing and then crumbling, but I ended up just slicing it twice. This made the process much more efficient. This soap was already kind of crumbly, especially those dry bits I decided to add at the end, so the process went fairly quickly. You see, it's all nice, small, crumbly bits. The crock pot was really full, but I figured it would melt down, so I added a bit of water and then threw the lid on it and let it cook. I kept the crock pot on low like a good little soaper, but an hour into the heating, it hadn't made much progress, and it was getting late, so I decided to turn the heat on high. It's just soap, right? What's the worst thing that could happen? Another hour until reheating, now I can really see the soap melting down. Then it dawns on me, I hate the color. I know it's supposed to be oatmeal, but brown, gooey in a pot did not look appealing at all. So I decided to add some titanium dioxide. This was to try to lighten the color up to recolor the soap. There were 2 reasons I used a stick blender. One reason was to incorporate the titanium dioxide, and the other reason was those small bits of soap from when I forgot to add the liquid oils. And then I also failed to heat the liquid oils before I added them, so they kind of solidified some of my hard oils. So I was attempting to smooth out the soap as well. So since my blue test didn't seem to be working, I decided to color the soap black. Anything would be better than that mediocre brown. For the black colorant, I used black mica and activated charcoal. I got really worried halfway into the black because the brown went from yucky to absolutely disgusting. I thought I had failed twice in one soap. I decided to commit to my choice, and maybe it would darken up later. To add contrast, I sliced up some melt and pour with a soap cutter and a vegetable peeler. I used the melt and pour both as embeds and on the top to add interest. I really like how this one turned out, very artsy and abstract. For this smaller mold, I used smaller pieces of melt and pour. I hoped they would form some nice abstract forms and shapes within the soap. For the last mold, I had learned my lesson. No scraping sides, no dry crunchy bits into the soap. Since this was the last of it, I couldn't help myself. I added glitter. Now for the cutting. Let's see how it turned out inside. Perfect, just what I was hoping for. A beautiful abstract design. Each bar seems to have a unique and different look. I think this looks much better than Oatmeal Odyssey Goo. I really preferred the black soap with the white accents. And you know, it still looks kind of rustic, I guess, if you're in space. So that's why I decided to call this one Space Suds. It kind of reminded me of rocks. I think of Hawaii and volcanic rocks. But, you know, they really don't have white accents. But then I thought, if you're in space, then anything could happen. So I'm thinking maybe these could be space rocks or Space Suds. Now on to the smaller mold. It had the small bits in it and some different designs. This one looks really abstract too. This one reminds me of maybe fossils that were buried. Each bar is unique, and then some of them even look like maybe there were claws or bones buried within those space rocks. Really cool. For the glitter loaf, I decided to make some chunkier bars. Well, there you have it, Space Suds. Let me know down in the description box which one you think was better, Space Suds or the Oatmeal Odyssey, or maybe it was an Oatmeal Oblivion. I'd like to say thank you to my new and current subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to both like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, goodbye until next time.